Welcome back, Famalalam. It's War 5 here against Nefti. Just before we dive into it, did skip War 4. I did actually record it. I did 4 fights. It was the stupid war that Kabam didn't count, even though they probably will because they're a joke. But yeah, it was 4 path fights, a nice easy one for me. I didn't die, but it wasn't really worth putting up a video, to be honest. Mostly Shuri. I didn't use Cassie, which was nice. Made a nice change. Anyway, Cassie returns today for War 5. We're currently in first place. I have a massive nosebleed against second placed Nefti, who are probably our stiffest competition this season. We've got Cassie, we've got Hulkling today, and a bit of WAG's duty as well. Yeah, I'm pretty grateful to the officers for sort of balancing out my wars with some WAG's stuff as well. It's always nice. We're going path 2 into path 7. All fights taken. Skipping the shared islands. We're taking Sasquatch on 47 again, and another big Wong boss. Starting out with Chavez. All a bit nervy today. We go into this 1 death down already. I think we had one early on. Don't know the details. It's not for me to talk about. So yeah, it's just squeaky bum time. We really need to take this war. So massive boosts, all a bit overkill, to be honest, for most of my stuff, but it just makes it more safe for me, and I am never going to complain about playing safe. So power start 1 and WAG's pre-fight for Cassie here against Chavez. Wouldn't ordinarily need it, but this is the roll with the punches node, which is essentially like limber, and so not that I intend to parry, but if I ever needed to, of course, then it means that I safely can. Anyway, this is really easy. My applying hill block to her through tactic means she's also not going to gain power on her special ones, which is great. Means even though I can safely deal with the special 2 as well, I'd rather not have to. And this is a very, very easy fight. Yeah, nice big crit on the first hit of my basic there, and she's down, nice and spotless. And we move on to Attuma, where I've taken a pause to switch on my Suicide's Mastery, which also has Resonate taken off, very importantly. Yeah, I'd taken this fight at some point last season. It was very, very easy. This is much more of a nuke. I didn't take it with Suicides last time, and I think I used... I think I remember using... I didn't want to waste a PS1 start at the time, and I used the combat regen. This time, again, we just want to get it done, and preferably quicker as well. So yeah, we're going full send. He is very kind by throwing a special 1 here for me. Going to back off, get our unblockable, and L2 straight into L3. Nicely, didn't even have time for recoil to kick in and take a chunk off me. Straight into L3, which is going to kill him, and we are done. Yeah, not pleasantly surprised, just glad. Nice. Suicide's back off to my main mastery to come to Rintrah on node 25, which is the first fight of path 7 section 2. We stick on an invuln boost just for safety here. Again, I'm not too worried about the fight, but you know, I'm more than happy to do my bit in terms of doing what we can to secure this war. The war tables are absolutely ridiculous. This cow is, as per my normal Cassie play, I like to sort of dash back, hit block to the corner. Stubborn cow, as always, doesn't want to play ball, so I'm just sort of changing my tactics here. As I was saying, the war tables just look absolutely ridiculous. A lot of big allies didn't play at all yesterday, like didn't take a single fight. So they've gone down to plat 3. We decided to go for it in the last war, get the win. I have no faith in Kabam being able to actually fix it and redact the points or whatever. But yeah, we didn't want to leave it to option, and we wanted to keep ourselves in a strong position. Anyway, this is going very well. Here I mess up in that he's got a relatively high few charges. I didn't knock him down between heavying into relic and then into a combo, so it pushed him to unstoppable. So I just backed off a bit, knock him down again in the middle of the park, reset his charges a bit more, and there's no harm done. He didn't punish me, at least. I was going to say this is why we invuln. It's definitely why we invuln anyway. But yeah, not worried. Just need all the fail-safes we can. Cassie's never going to be, as I've said plenty of times before, she's never going to be the quickest fights on the map. We just need to make them safe. Suicide's back on. And we are approaching Zemo on 34. I'm having flashbacks as I lead up to this fight in, again, last season when I took it with Vox. Similar approach, and I got rooted, can't even remember why at this point, caught by the L1, which bled me down to within an inch of my life, and I had to just manage to kill him first. This time, we're not playing that game. Suicide's back on, as I said. Power start 1, dash back a lot, keep my distance. And we're going to just push myself to 2 bars. My initial plan was to bait out an L1, which is why I backed off here. Very quickly decided against it. Go straight for the L3. And he is kaput, as they say. Down with the big Nazi dude. I think he is anyway. Don't quote me on it. Okay, now we can get to Sasquatch on 47. It's still quite early on in the war here. Myself and Kaitu, my beloved teammate, moved to help me here, and we got this done nice and quick. So very grateful to him moving with me. We've put a Wags pre-fight on as well. I probably didn't need it. I think I'd have rather used it on Zemo, but again, it's nice to just have the extra attack here. He is a chunky bastard. So we're going with my usual approach here, using a power start 1, timing, getting him to the wall with vigilance ending so that I can land a heavy, which I start to shit myself at this point because he resists. Luckily, the last hit connects. Then he's a good boy and throws L1 to refresh the stings. And we're going to get a couple more heavy misses out before Wrath starts. And yeah, decent amount of stings there, a fresh taunt on, and now we can start our cycle. I feel like Wrath normally kicks in by this point, and it just hadn't. I was a little bit confused, to be honest. I'm used to him obviously spamming heavies, spamming special ones, which he kind of does, but not to the same degree. Yeah, now Wrath kicks in, and he starts throwing specials. There's still an element of power gain, and he gets to his L2, which is fine. I should have missed that one, and that one. Then he catches me with a combo. I'm not too worried. This does push him to L3, which I'm really not fussed about at all. I've eaten so many of his L3s with lots of stings up at all. Wasn't too happy about getting punched in the face there. I know this is going to merely tickle me. Yeah, 3% there. That second hit hurts a little bit more than I expected, but again, it's fine. And he's done. Nice and easy, with a little bit of rockiness along the way. Kaitu opens me up, and we can get to Wong boss to finish things off. Yeah, as I said, this is a very tense war, and I'm more than glad to be, I think, the first to finish and just get my stuff out of the way, knowing that I've done my bit, as long as obviously this is a solo. Let's find out. At this point, Wong bosses are just boring with Cassie. They're still very satisfying. The only thing I know that, again, it's probably really big-headed of me. Unless something catastrophically goes wrong or I disconnect, I know that Cassie versus Wong is a solo. So my main My main aim when I take this fight now is for it to just be a 0 damage taken, full yellow bar. I feel defeated if he so much as hits my block, which I guess is a good thing considering how that sets the state of the fight. But that's fine. Good to aim high. There's also been quite a few Wong bosses since I've managed a completely clean one. Again, just from either a blocked hit or I did eat a combo at one point. Yeah, I don't really need to commentate the fight here. The only other thing, obviously, to keep an eye on is his Eldritch Energy, which I'm managing pretty well. So far we're on track for our goal. This is normally the point where I get a little bit nervous because I don't want to mess it up now. But one more hit and we are done with a full yellow, or almost full. I went in at 98% health, but no damage taken is what we want, and that's me done. So I waited till the end of the war because it was very, very tense. We ended up going 3-2 up. It was all looking good. Unfortunately, we had a rough death, ended up chasing, and we lost 4-3, even though we would have lost on time had it been a draw. Yeah. So it is what it is. We stay in podium for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye!